again, welcome to class 556 with no spider today. Yesterday, if you didn't see the program, I recommend you go to R2V a la carta, Vaughan R2V a la carta, and you watch the program yesterday because I had a friendly spider. There was a spider on the table over there, and it distracted me, and Marta's afraid of spiders, and so she was terrified. But the spider didn't come into the camera angle. But after the class, I took a piece of paper like this, and I moved the spider onto the piece of paper, and we carried it outside and put it out in the street. Yeah. So what happened to the spider finally, I don't know. But for a moment, he was close to becoming a star, television star, TV star, the spider. All right. So let's. I'm going to go back and repeat quickly the translation list 7, page 84 on Learn to Speak Of, because the spider distracted Marta and me completely, and really I wasn't concentrating because the spider was moving around, and I was thinking what I should do if the spider came into the, if it was right here, it would have been an interesting case of what to do. You know, Marta being, he said, kill it. No. I don't like killing animals. But not even spiders. All right. Lo haría si pudiera. I would do it if I could. I'd do it if I could. Te ayudaría si tuviera suficiente dinero. I'd help you, or I would help you, if I had, si tuviera, if I had enough money. Ganaría más dinero si supiera inglés. I'd earn more money. I'd earn more money if I knew English. I would earn more money if I knew English. Dejaría la compañía si me bajaran el sueldo. I'd leave the company. I would leave the company if they lowered my salary. I'd leave the company if they lowered my salary. ¿Qué harías si eso pasara? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? What would you? Aquí no hay ninguna contracción. What would you do if that happened? Si eso pasase. What would you do if that happened? Saldríamos si no estuviera lloviendo. We'd go out. We'd go out if it weren't raining. We would go out. We'd go out. We would go out if it weren't raining. Yo que tú no lo haría. If I were you, I wouldn't do it. If I were you, memoriza esto. If I were you, I wouldn't do it, my friend. Si le conocieras, entenderías mi punto de vista. If you knew him, you'd understand my point of view. If you knew him, you'd understand. You'd understand. You would understand my point of view. Si fuera verdad, no sé lo que haría. Yo no sé lo que haría. If it were true, I don't know what I would do. If it were true. You know, I heard that God is going to eliminate the English language. Yeah. I heard that a decision was made in heaven to say, starting next Monday, the English language doesn't exist. So all the people who have been obsessed with learning English don't need to worry about it anymore, but I'll be out of a job. So I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true that God is planning to eliminate the English language from the planet. But if it were true, I don't know what I would do. Yeah. So, where are we? Si no fueras tan cabezota, venderías más. If you weren't so hard-headed, if you weren't If you weren't, británicos, if you weren't so hard-headed, if you weren't so hard-headed, you would sell more. Si no estuviera lloviendo, comeríamos fuera en el jardín. En el jardín no está. If it weren't raining, we'd eat outside. We'd eat. ¿Qué es we'd eat? We'd eat. O sea, we would eat. Hago la contracción we'd eat. Pero no tienes que hacer contracción. We would eat. Outside. Al aire libre. We would eat outside. If it weren't raining. But it's raining. So we're not going to eat outside. Si ellos supieran lo que yo sé, nos apoyarían. If they knew what I know, they would support us. If they knew what I know, they would support us. Si pudieras estar a las 3, te lo agradecería. If you could be here at 3. Claro, escucha, en español. Si pudieras estar a las 3. En inglés. If you could be here at 3. Fíjate que se inserta here. Si pudieras estar aquí a las 3. Hay que poner el destino. It's strange. It's strange in Spanish. Estaré a las 4. No, estaré allí. I'll be there. You must say here or there or the destination. I'll be at your house. I'll be at the office. I'll get there. I'll be there. You have to say it. But when I came to Spain, the first month, I was surprised because people, sí, dígame, I'll tell them, ¿está Juan? ¿Cómo que está Juan? ¿Quién sabe si está Juan aquí? Sí, ¿está Juan? Yeah, okay. And I noticed, because if you say, is John, es Juan que sí es una persona. You see, and so you have to say, ¿está Juan aquí? ¿Está Juan allí? When you call somebody, may I speak to John? Is John there? So, si pudieras estar a las 3, if you could be here at 3, or there, depende. I'd really appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Te lo agradecería. Se dice, lo apreciaría. I'd appreciate it if you could be there at 3 o'clock. ¿Dónde vivirías si no pudieras vivir aquí? Where would you live if you couldn't live here? If I couldn't live in Spain. No, if you couldn't live in Madrid. Well, I don't know. If I couldn't live in Madrid, maybe I'd live in Valencia. And if you couldn't live in Valencia, well, if I couldn't live in Valencia, I'd live in Barcelona. And if you couldn't live in Barcelona either, if I couldn't live in Barcelona, maybe I'd live in Malaga. And if you couldn't live in Malaga, if I couldn't live in Malaga, I would live in Santander. Santander. And if you couldn't live in Santander, if I couldn't live in Santander, I would live in Mogarraz. Where's that? Mogarraz is in the south of the province of Salamanca, very near Peña de Francia, and very near La Alberca y Las Batuecas. I'd live in Mogarraz. If I couldn't live in Santander, I would live in Mogarraz. All right. Have you ever heard of Mogarraz? No? All right. Very nice place. La Alberca is nicer, but no, La Alberca is full of tourists. Everybody goes to La Alberca. All right. ¿Dónde vivirías? Where would you live if you couldn't live here? Si esta casa fuera mía, si esta casa fuera mía, la ampliaría. If this house were mine, I would enlarge it, engrandecerla. O sea, enlarge. Large is grande. Con en delante, enlarge means hacer más grande. Ampliar, físicamente. Yeah, if this house were mine, si esta casa fuera mía, pero no lo es. It's not mine. But if it were, it's not mine. But if it were, I would enlarge it. All right. Yes, si fuera tuya, la destrozarías. If it were yours, you'd destroy it. Yeah, if it were yours, you would destroy it. Destruirla, destrozarla. If it were yours, yeah, if this house were mine, I'd enlarge it. If this house were yours, you'd destroy it. You destroy it. Si hubiera más gente aquí, terminaría my Spanish. Si hubiera más gente aquí, terminaríamos antes. If there were more people here, we'd finish sooner. If there were more people, if there were, si hubiera, el verbo haber aquí. If there were more people here, we'd finish sooner. Si no necesitaran dinero, no estarían aquí. If they didn't need money, they wouldn't be here. Hey, Manolo and Iblas are here. Why? Why do you think? They always come here. Yeah. When they need money, they always come back. They always come back. Yes. Yeah, dale un dinero a un amigo, verás que vuelve cuando necesite dinero otra vez. He'll come back. So, si no necesitasen dinero, no estarían aquí. If they didn't need, fíjate cómo se usa el pasado para si no necesitaban, si no necesitaran. If they didn't need money, they wouldn't be here. If they didn't need money, they wouldn't be here. Si no me molestaras tanto, podría terminarlo. If you didn't bother me so much, I would be able to finish it. No, podría terminarlo. I could finish it. Podría terminarlo. If you didn't bother me so much, I could finish it. Stop bothering me. Leave me alone. Déjame en paz. Leave me alone. Stop bothering me. If you didn't bother me so much, I could finish it. I'm never going to finish. I'm never going to finish this list. First it was a spider bothering me. Now it's you bothering me. Yeah. I don't know how I managed to finish these classes every day. Si no me molestaras tanto. If you didn't bother me, bother, con B-O-T-H, bother. Pero rima con padre, father. Mi padre me molesta. My father bothers me. Yeah. ¿Por qué te molesta tu padre? Why does your father bother you? Why does your father bother you? Why does your father bother you? All right. Si no me molestaras tanto. If you didn't bother me so much, I could finish it. Si el mío fuera como el tuyo, todo sería distinto. If mine were like yours, everything would be different. If mine were like yours, everything would be different. Si supieras tanto como yo, serías un genio. If you knew as much as I do, or as much as I know, you'd be a genius. Yes. It's difficult to be a genius, but somebody has to do it, right? Yeah. Somebody has to assume the responsibility of being a genius. Si supieras tanto como yo, serías un genio. If you knew as much as I do, fíjate, I do, se usa el verbo auxiliar. If you knew as much as I know, pero es redundante repetir el verbo. If you knew as much as I do, you would be a genius, a genius. ¿Qué pasaría si no hiciéramos nada? What would happen if we didn't do anything? Probably nothing. What would happen if we didn't do anything? I don't know. Sometimes the best decision is to do nothing. I mean, we try to change things. We try to solve things. Sometimes, I remember a cleaning lady when I was a little boy, maybe 7 years old. There was a period of time in which my mother had a black woman. She was fat, big, but very nice lady. And she said, leave for tomorrow what you need to do today, because you might not have to do it at all. ¿No? Deja para mañana lo que deberías hacer hoy, porque a lo mejor no hará falta. And this is true with many things. I'm a procrastinator. I suffer procrastination. Se dice hoy en día en España procrastinar, ya está entrando. Means ir aplazando las cosas como casi enfermedad tomorrow, después de comer. And you keep postponing things. That's to procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator. I admit it. Lo reconozco, lo admito, I'm a procrastinator. But I have found over the years that maybe 20 or 30% or 40% of everything that I put off or postpone, in the end, I don't have to do it. Se resuelve por sí solo. Doing nothing. And the problem is solved. But I don't recommend it, I don't recommend it. I'm a procrastinator. I'm surprised I have accomplished what I have accomplished in my life, being such a procrastinator. All right, but maybe other people are even more than me. Maybe my secret is I'm less a procrastinator than other people. I don't know. But in any case, ¿qué pasaría si no hiciéramos nada? What would happen if we didn't do anything? And I had a Spanish friend who said, no dejes para mañana lo que puedes dejar para pasado mañana. I remember that. Don't leave for tomorrow what you can leave for the day after tomorrow. All right. Si todo estuviera listo, podríamos empezar ya. If everything were ready, we could begin right away. Right away means enseguida, empezar enseguida. Pero empezar ya. We could start or we could begin right away. If everything were ready. But nothing's ready. We can't start, Marta. If everything were ready, we could start right away. But you forgot the makeup. Those are the wrong pencils. You changed the pencils. Yeah. The guitar is supposed to be there. No, is that right? No. If everything were ready, we could start right away. If everything were ready, we could begin right away. ¿Qué harías tú si estuvieras en mi lugar? What would you do if you were in my place? In my shoes, se dice más en inglés. En mi pellejo se dice en español. En inglés, en mis zapatos. ¿Qué harías tú si estuvieras en mis zapatos? What would you do if you were in my shoes? What would you do if you were in my shoes? If I were in my shoes, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't do anything. El condicional aquí. 25 frases. This book is very good for consolidating grammar theory and activating grammar theory. ¿Qué harías tú si estuvieras en mi lugar? What would you do if you were in my place? All right, or in my shoes. What would you do if you were in my place? In my shoes. Si no me ayudaran, no podría hacerlo. If they didn't help me, I wouldn't be able to do it. If they didn't help me, si no me ayudasen, if they didn't help me, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. How much time, Marta? How much time do we have left? We have time. Vocabulary, my friend. Then we'll come back to the conditional in 3 or 4 days. All right. List number 27, page 113. We're past halfway. All right. Contabilidad is accounting. Accounting. La contabilidad. Contabilidad nacional, national accounting. El plan de contabilidad, el plan contable. The accounting plan. Accounting. I like accounting. Personally, I like accounting. I studied an MBA in Spain, and one of my favorite subjects was accounting. Accounting. Accounting is the language of business. La contabilidad es el idioma o el lenguaje de los negocios. Yeah, accounting. It's very interesting. But if the teacher is bad, it's terrible. But if the teacher is good, accounting is fascinating. Dinero en metálico, cash. Cash. En efectivo, cash. Se dice a veces cold cash. Lo quiero en metálico frío. Frío metálico. I want it in cold cash. I want it in cash. Cash. Dinero metálico. También en las empresas, en el lenguaje de la empresarial se dice cash. Con respecto a los niveles de tesorería. Dinero disponible, the cash. Cash on hand, cash. Petty cash. Petty cash is la caja chica de una empresa. For example, if you need to catch a taxi, you go to the accounting department and say, hey, I don't have any money. I need to take a taxi. Well, they give you 20 euros paid in cash. Cash management es la gestión de la tesorería en una empresa es de cash management. Cash discount es un descuento por pago en metálico o en efectivo. I'll give you a cash discount. If you pay me in cash, I'll give you a discount. Te haré un descuento en inglés, te daré un descuento. I'll give you a discount if you pay me in cash. Connection. There are two spellings. Connection in Great Britain, in British English, it's similar to Spanish, con X, conexión, doble N, pero X. In American English, connection. Presa, dam. Presa, una presa, como muro de contención del agua, is a dam. Dam. Hoover Dam. There are a lot of dams in Spain. Yes, saltos de agua con la presa. All right, pelayos de la presa. Pelayos of the dam. A dam. Yes, the dam. La presa de Tos. You remember the Tos Dam. Very tragic. Decade. We're in the third decade of the century. Wow, time flies. El tiempo vuela. Ya estamos en la tercera década. We're in the third decade, in the 20s, the decade. Yes. Well, how many decades are there in a century? There are 10 decades in a century. And how many decades are there in a millennium? There are 100 decades in a millennium. Okay, a decade. All right, decades. Polvo, dust. No, this is clean. Martin. Yes. There's no dust. La prueba de algodón, you say. The cotton test. There's no dust on this table. Dust. Tormenta de polvo. A dust storm. Dust. Limpiar el polvo se dice to dust. What are you doing? I'm dusting the house, to dust. Eficiencia, efficiency. Remember, efficiency and effectiveness. Efficient, eficiente, y eficiencia. Efficient and efficiency. Remember, efficient is el uso eficiente de los recursos. Efectivo, eficaz, es el resultado y nada más. You remember, la araña de hace 2 días, the other day. If I wanted to kill the spider, there are many ways. The most effective way probably is with a bazooka. The spider's dead. I mean, bam, 100% effective. However, it's not very efficient. It costs a lot to buy a bazooka, the shell and the bazooka and proyectil and everything. And we need a new table, but the spider is dead. So it's very, very effective, but it's not efficient. The most efficient way is with perhaps a spray. Psst. Or like that. But I don't want to kill the spider. First of all, we didn't kill the spider. But the most efficient way to kill it is a spray. Probably. That's efficient. Maybe it's not effective. Maybe the spider is immune to the spray. But in any case, eficiencia, efficiency. Agricultura, farming. Agriculture and farming. Farming is la labranza de los campos. Farming. Farming is very important in Spain. Yes, agriculture. Favorable. Yes. The climate in central Spain is favorable for certain types of crops. The climate in Murcia, together with the water from the Trasvase Tajo Segura, makes it favorable for vegetable crops. The climate in Valencia and Castellón is favorable for citrus fruit, cítricos. Citrus fruit, fruta cítrica, citrus, como en español, citrus fruit. The climate in The climate in Cáceres, in certain parts of Cáceres, is favorable for cherries, cerezas, or cerezos, cherry trees. The climate in Lepe, in that area of Huelva, is favorable for strawberries, I believe. Fresas, strawberries. The climate in the province of Sevilla, the province of Seville, is favorable for cotton, algodón. There's a lot of cotton in the province of Seville. Okay, favorable. Guarda, o guardia, un guarda is the guard. A security guard, guardia de seguridad. You say guardia de seguridad or guarda de seguridad? Guardia. Okay, security guard. Guard, a guard. Trabajo doméstico, housework. Quehaceres domésticos. To do the housework is different from to do the homework. We'll come back with this tomorrow. Take care.